Cancer, welcome to your Celtic Cross reading. I hope you're well. I hope you're fabulous. Let's jump on into it. Show me what's going on, please, for the Cancer Collective. Show me Cancer, show me Cancer, show me Cancer. What's going on for Cancer, please? What is going on for Cancer, please? Once more, we are gym ready. And like always, take what resonates, leave what does not. What's going on, please, for Cancer? The Two of Wands, decision to be made, possibly a little bit of waiting. The Star, what to do, what to do, what to do. The Star, ooh, that's a calling, honey. And it's in the obstacles. Do I choose this? Do I wait for this? Ooh, that's a tough call. When it's our desires, hopes, dreams, wishes, wants, fulfillments. That's a decision, all right. What's above you? Three of Cups. It's in your spirit, it's on your mind, it's in your soul. So, if you are indeed that Cancer who is already irritated by the idea of reconnecting, bye. Bye. I don't want to hear it. 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 It's with you. The Cancer I'm looking at, the idea of reconnecting is with you. Yeah. It could be in celebration. True. No doubt. I just don't see that would be why that's a hovering energy. Especially given the Star, something that's not a casual thing, by the way. Star is not cash. It's not cash, okay? The Star is complex, but it's beautiful. Hopes, dreams, wishes, desires at the highest order. So yeah, some of you have some reconnection on the mind, and that's okay. We're going to look at it. We're going to talk about it. Let's keep going. Relevant path. Stop the person. You're already doing it to me. You're already doing it. You're already doing it. You're already doing it. I think I saw this for you at one of your shorts. Didn't I? Yes, I did. I think, you know what? I do believe, Cancer, it was your first short sesh, which I am doing, by the way, creating shorts for all 12 signs once a week, typically on Fridays. I anticipate to do that at this time. I did see that. I do believe. I saw you drifting back to a lover's connection because you weren't quite done with it. This has got that same vibe, except I'm seeing more the layers of importance surrounding it. Relevant past, and it's with you to this day, man. Strong connection. Strong freaking connection. What you're trying to exit. Good job. Five of Swords. Let's get that shit out of there, right? No more self-deception. Thoughts, trust issues. That's trying to exit. It wants to. How we were deceiving ourselves, what we were saying to ourselves, how we shot ourselves in the foot. We've all done it. Let's just own it, right? Future, temperance, healing. This is good. I'm liking this. You're showing me a lot of majors here, honey. You're working through some stuff, but it's some serious stuff that means a lot to you. So you're going through it. Temperance, healing, reconciliation, possibly, but more like showing yourself compassion, healing, okay? I don't know. Let's keep going. Your strengths, Queen of Wands, like... That's a good strength. That's a great strength. Yes. Your passion is a strength. Some of you identify your passion, your intensity, your creativity, your beauty. It could be your strength as you understand it, for sure. And also for some of you, your attraction is your strength, okay? Yeah, absolutely, that can be strength, is your sense of attraction. It's like once I know I'm attracted to something, it calls to me, and I know this, I'm familiar with it. I get that. Environment. Knight of Pentacles. Things are slowly moving in a particular direction in your environment. I don't know, we'll see what that means. Hopes and fears. The Queen of Cups. To open our heart, to allow it to be so full, but... The Queen and King Cups, here's their difference. Do they both have very, very full heart spaces? Absolutely. Okay. They're both very emotional beings, and that's their superpower. They know they have large feelings. The King of Cups, sometimes he doesn't always speak to them. It's his prerogative to withhold them, okay, as he sees fit. The Queen of Cups, however, tends to be much more expressive. She'll be like, I'm feeling these things, and she'll say it. Okay. So in that respect, she actually is a lot more claiming than the King of Cups. He has more pride. So sometimes he'll withhold the biggest parts of his heart. That doesn't make him any less true or sincere. It's just sometimes he doesn't speak to them. Like I said, it's at his prerogative. The Queen of Cups is much more likely to express. emotionally, what's going on with her, right? Can you express your heart? Will you? You want to. It's a hope, but it's also a fear. To expand your heart for this situation, person, for yourself, for someone else. Your outcome, the moon, it is not yet known. Oh. Oh, yes. Oh, yes. It is not yet known. Not all is revealed. Oh, I always have a little fun when I see the moon and the outcome. In other words, you don't know. You don't know everything. You might know a lot. You might feel a lot. You might be intuitive, but you don't know everything. I love that. That's a great little FU from the universe. But, you know, it's an operating principle of an FU. So it's like, we don't know everything. Not all has yet to be revealed. It kind of depends on the actions you are taking and how honest you are being with yourself. And then you'll know. I love that. The universe can be so cheeky sometimes, I swear. Okay. All right. I admit it. You got me intrigued. What's up? Show me that Two of Wands, please. Show me that Two of Wands. Decision to make about something we strongly desire. Should we desire it? Are we losing hope for it? Do we still have hope for it? Do we still desire it at that level? I think you do. Whatever that is. But it is like your energy is at a crossroads in determining whatever this connection means to you. How bad do you want it? What does it mean to you? What are you going to do about it? Is the energy still there? Is it not? If so, again, what do you do with it? What is the consensus? Cancer. If it was someone who did not mean a lot to you, I wouldn't be saying any of this at all. So let's go ahead and rule off the time wasters and the assholes and abusive people. We're going to go ahead and drop those off the plate. They are not up for question. Okay? This is a strong connection that means something to you. That's it. That's all I got at this time. And if it's shit and I see shit, I will tell you, and then you can stop contemplating the situation. You know? In which case, there's not much there to question, wait, or hold out hope for, yeah? Show me that Two of Wands. Show me that Two of Wands, please. Three of Swords, pain. Two of Swords, I don't know what to do. Ten of Wands, it's really fucking hard. So your energy looks like it's at a crossroads, and this is all happening on the inside. On the inside, you understand that you are confused, that you are conflicted, and that you hurt. And it's really hard. It's egregious. Okay, to say the least. That caught my attention. Some of you are doing your best not to show it. And that Two of Wands, and it's like you're saying, I'm in pain and I don't know what to do. I'm in pain and I don't know what to do. And I understand that. I know where it comes from. This is what happens when we are so weighed down in the heart and so weighed down in our body, frustrated, exhausted. The only reason I'm countering that is because that Two of Swords, that's willful blindness. Some of you are like, I don't have a decision to make. There is none. It just hurts. No. You can still do something about it. You don't have to reconnect, but you can resolve this within you. You know, that's kind of like saying, I have pain and I'm stuck with it. It's not true. You're at a crossroads, energetically speaking. How do you want to sort this out? What are you going to do about it? I know it hurts. Of course it fucking hurts. But you don't want to stay there, do you? So again, what are you going to do about it? The more you act like you can't see a solution, the more indeed you're going to stay here. So when I tell you you're at a crossroads, at least energetically, about how are you going to deal with this, that's what that means. That's too much. I agree. It is too much to bear. It is too much to be borne. I know you're hurt. I know you're in pain. What you can do about it? You saying I can't do anything is not going to help you. It's just going to exacerbate the symptoms. Okay? Let's talk about it. Is there hope? Is there still something here to dream about, to desire, to wish upon a star for? Show me the star. Show me the star. Show me the star. Show me the star. Show me the star, please. Show me the star. Four of Pentacles holding out. Your intuition's telling you to hold out. Oh, the Hierophant. Oh, your spiritual energy is so much bigger than your pain, honey. I don't know if you know that. Do you give yourself that credit? I bet you don't. I bet you don't. Your spiritual energy is so much higher and stronger than the pain that resides within you. So when I'm telling you that you are at an energetic and or spiritual crossroads, that's what that means. I know in the 3D, your heart is hurt. It feels like it was rejected, and that it's a burden that you feel like you have to carry. And you say you don't know what to do. I disagree. Your spiritual self is telling you to hold on, to hope. That's interesting. I typically don't see that. You think hope is lost. Your intuition and your Hierophant, both of those two, by the way, are each other's spiritually divine equivalent. You know, Emperor, Empress, King and Queens, the Hierophant, the High Priestess. They're not too far apart. This one's internal, this one's more external. Okay? But they both represent a higher sense of functioning. This is what I feel from within and act accordingly. This is what I feel or know to be true from without and act accordingly. Ideally, they should work together. And your spiritual self says, I am not ready to lose hope for this. You got a bigger side in you, and your spiritual self is fighting, and it's not done fighting. But it's done in a very unknown way to you. It probably doesn't make sense in your 3D world. Why you feel the need to hold on to hope for this situation despite the fact that it looks lost or it's too painful. I don't disagree with, when I see, well, I'm just holding on. I'm just holding on for the sake of it. I'm not going to do anything with it, but I'm going to hold on to it. And okay, stop doing that. That's typically my first response. I very rarely see something authorized like that, where a big chunk of you, and I mean a big chunk, feels spiritually obligated to hold on to this hope, this desire. So while it seems like it's out of your focus, out of your reach, out of your control, you innately feel very strongly that you're supposed to hold on to this, whatever the hell this is. You might have some Taurus in your chart. That's some stubbornness there. But you're also being guided from another place that you can't quite define to hold on to whatever the hell this is. Oh, you got me hooked today, honey. Oh, you got me into this today. What's up? What's up? Oh, I'm all into this, honey. Oh, spiritual crossroads and upper level divinity and shit. Feeling like you're supposed to hold on to something. You're losing hope for it, but you're like, not quite. Not quite. You're not done with this. 3 of Cups. Let's talk about it. Show me this. Show me the 3 of Cups. It's influencing you emotionally on the day-to-day, little bits and pieces. I'm not saying you're all consumed with it, unless I see the devil. I'm not saying you're all consumed with it, but I'm saying it's with you a little bit every day. Are you interacting with this? Probably not. Are you spiritually holding on to it? Oh, yeah. Your Hierophant's being like a heavyweight fighter in this. It's like, I'm not done with this. It means something to me. And intuitively you feel it. And it probably pisses you right off. But it's like your boy here got his fighting gloves on. I'm not ready to let go of this. And your High Priestess is like, calm down. I know that too. Yeah, and it's just like the Hierophant's like, I don't need to ask for directions. And the High Priestess says, well, you don't need directions when you have me. Just do this. It's kind of like that. They are trying to work together, though. It's interesting. It is very interesting. Show me this 3 of Cups. Show me this 3 of Cups, please. Show me this 3 of Cups. Show me this 3 of Cups. She's like, calm down. I feel it too. Okay? We both feel it. We both feel it. We're not done with it. It's like, calm down. Oh, the conflict, the 2 of Cups. Okay, we got into a little argument. We got into a little argument. Oh, no. We got into a little argument, and it pisses you off. It pisses you off. It's with you. It's in your spiritual, it's unresolved conflict. That's why it's still with you. And here's the thing. You want to fight. You want to fight for it. You want to stand up for it. You want to stand up for yourself specifically. And here's the thing. There's still love here. There's still love. There is. And it's a Two of Cups. And I can tell you right now, at some point there was the glitch. And let me tell you what that glitch is. It's a very specific fuck up. And it's actually very, very common. Excuse my language. P.S. By the way, if you're new to the channel, hi, my name's Christina. I swear a lot. If that's something that makes you uncomfortable, I understand. But also my channel's not for you. Most of my Cancer Collective is very used to this by now. And I only say that because really I get the most concerning feedback from Cancers when I swear. Which is funny because you're one of my, I'm not supposed to say favorite collectives, but you are. Everybody knows that. But I actually get the most concern from Cancers when I swear. Anyway, a little sensitive. Some Cancers are. The Three of Cups, and this is with you. And it angers you. It does. It pisses you off. And I can kind of see an origin story there. A little bit with that Nine of Wands. Straight away, blockage. Straight away. Blockage, resistance to the love. You want to know how? Somebody expressed themselves. The other person didn't. That's it. It's always the case. Almost always the case. We have love. So what do? We reject it. I have love. It feels good. Fuck off. Yeah. That's how most human beings are, if you can believe it. Why? I don't know. But words were spoken. Words were thrown down, or actions or intentions caused a lot of conflict. And what should be, this is how you and I talk. This is our emotional relationship. This is just you and me. And someone did not express their feelings well, or they didn't articulate them well, or when somebody had the opportunity to speak towards their feelings, somebody botched it. And it caused tension. It caused friction. And what otherwise, look at that frustration surrounding the love. This is what should be easy between you and I. We have our relationship. This is you and me talking. So it's still with you. It still hovers around you, and you are still angry with it. That's a lot of frustration and anger because, yeah, some shit went down, honey. Some shit went down, and it's still with you. We didn't say what we needed to say, or somebody didn't get the feedback that they needed. Somebody tried to open up, and the other person failed to do so and meet them in that same space of authenticity. I don't know, but it caused frustration, a lot of it. Somebody said the wrong thing instead of saying the right thing. It happens pretty easily. It's ridiculous how easily these things happen sometimes. But yeah, we feel it, and we feel it. And I'm seeing the anger in you because it was unresolved. I know somebody said something that was real. The other person didn't. The accusations flew. And somebody else feels like they can't return, or they can't retort. Well, I should have said this, or I should have said that. And that's where the anger and frustration is born. Okay. We had the opportunity to express our love easily, succinctly, where two people are trying to match. Not because they're forcing it, but because it's real. And when it came time for somebody to open up in equal measure, it came out all wrong. The right thing was not said, but something else was said. Instead of saying this, I said that. I should have stuck to the script. I should have matched. This is what I really... Why the fuck did I say that? Why didn't I just say what I was feeling? And so that's where the anger is still there. Because not only do we have reactionary anger, we have the anger inside of us for not having said what we wanted to say, or how it came out all screwed up and wrong, or somebody misunderstood us, that kind of thing. It's endless. The possibilities are endless, honey. I just know it's still with you because it hasn't been resolved. Okay. And it's kind of like, that's kind of why there's something like that Taurus in your chart, because that stubbornness is real. It's like, I'm not done with this. I'm not letting this go. I'm not letting this go. I'm not letting this. And it's not a point of anger. It's not. It's not. The spiritual energy is too high for it to just be, I can't let this go because I'm angry. We don't see that kind of spiritual energy for that reason. If anything, most people are advised to let it go. The reason why I'm saying you holding it on is because it still hasn't, the importance of whatever this is has not left you. It's something that spiritually you are strongly connected to, and intuitively it calls to you. That's why you haven't let it go. This is the results of the 3D of something much larger at play in your life. Okay, let's keep cracking. But it's still with you. And frankly, yeah, it still pisses you off that the idea that you might still reconnect with them, that frustrates you too. Like after they said this or they said that or they didn't say this or I wish I had said that. Why didn't I say that? You know, whatever. That's all in there. It's all in there. Let's see that Lovers in the relevant path. Oh boy, show me that Lovers. I need to see this. I've got to show me. However, in the relevant past, show me the Lovers, please. Show me the Lovers, please, in the relevant past. The Hermit, the Emperor, 5 of Cups. We're healing, and we are trying to stand in our power to heal from the pain and disappointment. You, them, the both of you. I have 2 very strong figures here. You might have some Virgo Aries in your chart. It could be connecting to one. That's not really the point. Here's our lover. Here's our strong connection. And we have pain with the 5 of Cups, and we are trying to work through it steadily and with insistence. Trying to work this shit out. Within ourselves, there is disappointment here. There is disappointment here. Someone is disappointed. They really thought they had the opportunity to work things out with you or you them, and it didn't happen. This might have happened more than once. Regardless, I'm seeing the efforts in present day to recover from it and stand in our power to do so and really try to understand our sadness, regret, disappointment, loss, missed opportunities, cups again that weren't expressed. The cup spilt out. Like, well, I said this and they didn't say that. It feels like wasted love. Somebody regrets not speaking to their truth, I believe. Which again we saw back here, and that's where a big chunk of that frustration element comes from. But the Hermit is very, very active. He's one of the strongest indicators of healing. So even though he takes the minute, he's the most equipped to handle difficult situations. So I am actually happy to see this. You are standing in your power to resolve the pain that you've experienced in this situation. Okay? And what I'm very happy to see is the 5 of Swords is on the exit. This is self-sabotage, trust issues, okay? Not being forthright, okay, something. Show me that 5 of Swords. Show me that 5 of Swords, please, is on the exit. Show me that 5 of Swords, please. Excuse me, show me that 5 of Swords. One more. Show me that 5 of Swords, please. Four of Wands, 2 of Wands. That's what the opening. The Lovers. Oh, goodness gracious. Yeah. Mm-hmm. There they are again. How are we being deceptive about our relationship? How were we being deceptive? Were you telling yourself you didn't have a relationship with this person, even though you did? Something. You had something with him. Were we telling ourselves we weren't in a relationship? We weren't. We weren't waiting on our person. We weren't looking towards them. We weren't in a relationship with this person. That's on the exit, so I'm glad to see that denial is on the way out. But somebody here was in denial about being in a relationship with a very strong connection. It was indeed something. And they are still in that kind of concept of a decision, crossroads. Except what's trying to exit was the deception of that. I Told myself I wasn't in a relationship with this person. Now what? It looks like I was. Show me Temperance. The two major players here. Show me Temperance, show me Temperance, show me Temperance. Death. Seven of Pentacles. Devil. Oh dear. It feels like we can't heal or move this forward. It feels like you cannot heal this or move it forward. That you would like the opportunity to heal with this person, but you don't think it's possible. Where is this perception coming from? The Seven of Pentacles and the Devil. Bad patterns. Bad patterns. Bad patterns. Bad patterns. Where does that come from? The opportunity to reconcile or heal this is over because there's this concept here of a bad pattern tied to it. Long-standing patterns that have not shifted or changed. It won't heal because of these reasons. You might have a bad pattern with them or toxic pattern. It doesn't feel like that. This dynamic is too strong to be part of a bad or toxic pattern. So where's this perception coming from? It can't be healed because of a long-standing pattern I have. Somebody has. What is that? What is this? I don't understand. What is this long-standing pattern that makes it impossible to heal this? What is this? King of Cups. Five of Pentacles. The reason they broke with you? The reason you broke with them, the reason they broke with you, somebody has a bad pattern. You're saying, somebody here is saying this is the reason why it will never fix or work is because somebody's heart got broken. There's a perception here that somebody's attached to a bad pattern and that's why they broke from it and that's why it's impossible to reconcile it or heal it. Heavy Scorpio energy here. Capricorn. Everybody's here, really. Somebody's heart got broken. They see this as an unfixable situation because somebody is perceived as a bad pattern or they perceive themselves as part of a bad pattern and that's why it can't be resolved. Do you really believe that? Or is that what you understand? We've addressed the self-sabotage, I believe. We understand we actually had some sort of relationship here with a strong connection. Now there's this thought, there's this theory, there's this perception here that the reason why this can't be fixed or transformed is somebody's heart got broken. That's a broken heart, okay? Somebody's heart got broken because they realized they were part of a bad pattern. But the connection here is extremely unique. Unrequited, I'm sure. Or, I mean, it won't come together the way it's supposed to. Let's keep going. I don't know how that's going to come into play later, if it does at all. Let's keep going. That's quite the mystery. That is quite the mystery. Your strengths, Queen of Wands. Let's take a look at that. How very interesting. Queen of Wands, please. Nevertheless, honey, I still see you, spiritually, holding on to this person. You say you're losing hope for that you shouldn't have hope for it, and yet you do. There's things that you haven't said that's true. And it feels like you didn't have a chance to stand up for yourself, or it was kind of like in that space of looking back at it retroactively. I wish I had said this, I wish I had said that, or stood up for myself, or pushed back, or something like that. And you are healing through it for yourself, which is good. But there's this kind of insistence here. This connection in and of itself can't possibly be healed because someone's heart was broken. They genuinely believe they're just part of a bad pattern, or that's why they took themselves off the census, if you will. Is it, I'm just part of a bad pattern with you? Or I'm part of a toxic pattern with you? It's interesting because I don't think it's you. I don't think it's you. That's how they perceive themselves in this situation? Their heart's broken because they think they're just part of a pattern with you, or in that dynamic with you? I don't think that's you. Doesn't feel like you. Otherwise, you're showing me you would otherwise like to not just heal within yourself, but heal with them too. Queen of Wands is in your strength. Queen of Wands is in your strength. They have a big heart for this. They do. Specifically a big heart for you. But the heart's broken. I'm just part of something bad. Otherwise, I think if it weren't for that perception, perhaps you feel that this could be healed or worked through. It might, in the real world, it might have played out like a toxic thing. And yet, what you two show me is a deep connection that's important to the both of you. And so how it played out, especially if you two got locked into a pattern of not really revealing your feelings or being clear about what the both of you want, I could see where it would feel like it's toxic. I think this is someone's perception, and perception is not fact. It is simply when we don't know what else to do or what's going on, we have to work with what we know and not what we don't. And somebody's clear perception here, that doesn't mean they're correct, but their perception stands. I would love to heal this with you, but my heart's broken because as far as I'm concerned, I'm just part of some nasty bullshit pattern with you, or part of a nasty history with you, or I'm just a representation of something not good with you. And yet the connection between you, and again, anything that leads up to this perception would make sense, especially if we are in a relationship that we want to acknowledge that we're in a relationship with, especially if when we connect through love, everything comes out wrong, broken, and disjointed, and somebody's not speaking to their true feelings. And again, when you have this level of spiritual connectivity that is so very, very strong, but it's not coming out in the right ways, it's going to feel bad even if it's not. It's going to feel toxic even if it isn't. You know, we are given these beautiful, strong connections all the time. And what we as humans do with them is what kind of things up and plays things out the way they play out. So I'm not necessarily convinced that it's a toxic situation. Strike that. Toxic connection. I think the situation or circumstances that surrounded it led up to a feeling or perception of it being bad. You see what I'm saying? Now someone might have a bad history or pattern of not great connectivity, and this person might feel like they're part of that, but you can't show me the High Priestess, the Hierophant, the Lovers twice, and tell me that there isn't beauty in this, that you both don't feel it. Again, it's what we with humans do, is it that determines how much we enjoy it or fuck it up. And if we're over here saying, I'm not in a relationship and we should know better, and if we're reconnecting and somebody's always blocking their feelings and it always causes an underlying tension, we act like we don't have a choice or we're not at a crossroads when we are, things are going to play out the way they play out. It can create toxicity, but that doesn't mean the connection was bad. It's just, again, what we do with it. And it takes two, it takes two to fuck this kind of thing up, honey. It does. And show me that Queen of Wands. I'm sorry, I really want to understand. This is terribly curious, and it doesn't feel like you. It doesn't feel like you. It doesn't feel like you. Show me that Queen of Wands. Show me that Queen of Wands. Show me that Queen of Wands. Show me that Queen of Wands, please. And honey, that might be, if you think about it, one of the things that's frustrating you. It's one of the things that's frustrating you. How to express what we need to say it's something that, to stand up for ourselves. It's not like that. It's, I should have said this. You said this. I should have said that, but I didn't. Something like that. I don't know. Queen of Wands, Temperance, healing of yourself. Queen of Wands twice. King of Cups. Okay. Okay, wow. Wow, that's very honest. That's very honest of you. There's that King of Cups person. Okay. Queen of Wands twice. And your strengths. Temperance. You're showing me again your willingness to heal this. We're still deeply attracted to this person, and that's okay. That's not a crime. It's probably still deeply attracted to you. There's a lot of beauty in this. There's a lot of love in this. And a willingness to heal, at least on your end. I still see it. It comes shining through. However conflicted you might be on the outer level about there's nothing I can do. And it hurts me, and there are no decisions to make. You know spiritually, I've seen it for you not once but twice, that the opposite's true. If you were so inclined to reconcile with this person, you're telling me that you would be open to it. You still have a lot of regard for each other. You still have a lot of attraction here. And it's kind of like knowing that they loved you gave you a strong sense of confidence here. And it's not false confidence, it's healthy. It's healthy. It gives you that feeling that maybe, yeah, it could be reconciled, and it's in your strength. So I know that you're more willing than I think you know. Whatever this is, the situation might have been or felt bad, but the connectivity behind it was real, and it doesn't represent, I think, anyone's true pattern of the past. It just might have looked like that. I see a phenomenal willingness in you to really reconcile this. Knight of Pentacles is in your environment, moving in a particular direction. Whether or not it will happen, I don't know. Neither do you. Show me that Knight of Pentacles, please, in your environment. Show me that Knight of Pentacles, please. Show me that Knight of Pentacles, please. Show me that Knight of Pentacles. King of Swords, Ace of Wands. Honey, I don't know when. I don't know when. I don't know. I just know you're gonna. I know you're gonna. And it's showing up in your 3D world. It is showing up in your 3D world. Are you taking care of business? Yeah. Am I saying your life ends and begins with this person? No. Are they the biggest concern in your energetic and emotional and spiritual field? Yeah. 100%. I know they represent a dilemma, but they also represent a solution. That's what I'm saying. When I told you at the opening you're at a spiritual crossroads, that's what that means. King of Swords, Ace of Wands, Six of Pentacles. I got news for you. That guy don't fuck around. Okay, he just doesn't. He just doesn't. He just doesn't. And whether or not you believe it, honey, because it's so slow. And I will do a time check. You know I will. He's eventually going to arrive to his destination point. And his destination point is, I've made up my mind. I'm going to renew the balance. What the reaction will be, it could be them coming towards you. I don't think that's the case. I just don't. Because that's your environment, not theirs. I'm looking at you today. The Knight of Pentacles, slow as it might be, he is the most well-intended knight. Okay? He does not rush. He does not go into things saying this, saying that. He has an intended course. Okay? He's more planned than all the other knights. So energetically speaking, as well as 3D, slowly but surely, you will come upon a determination to try to balance this thing. And I do see you trying to be unassuming. I don't see you here with expectations. Okay, which is good. I don't want you to have expectations. I want you to have reasonable hope. Okay? To try to rekindle this and to balance it. So, I'm seeing what looks like rational. I'm going to try. I'm going to do more than try. When that is, I don't know. But it's, I believe, when you become more comfortable with your strength. Your confidence. Your passion. Your real authentic passion. Wanting to reconcile. Okay? And I've got... Why do they provoke so much fire in you? The beautiful kind. Why do they do that? They make you feel so bright. Confident. Beautiful, seen. They make you feel creative a little bit. It's so funny. Their perception is that the reason this won't reconcile is because I'm heartbroken. I feel like I'm part of something bad, or somebody's behavior pattern, or my own behavior pattern. Somebody else's, yours. I don't know. Your sense of reconciliation is that it's absolutely possible. And at some point, you're going to determine upon it and mean it. In a realistic way. Don't have any expectations. Okay? Be rational. But have real enthusiasm. All you can do, honey, is try. That's all anyone can do. Hopes and fears. Queen of Cups. How are they going to respond? Will your heart still be open to this? Can you trust it? Can you trust what's in your heart? Can you trust what's in their heart? Can I speak for myself emotionally? Will they speak for themselves emotionally? Will they tell me the truth? I don't know. And that's why you both hope and fear it. Show me that Queen of Cups. Show me that Queen of Cups. Show me that Queen of Cups. Let's do one more. Show me that Queen of Cups, please. Even after the surgery, it still clicks. That's fine. The pain is gone. That's all I care about. Show me that Queen of Cups. 8 of Wands. Communication. Devil. The Hanged Man. Oh, suspension. Suspension. Suspension of the bad feeling. Suspension of the bad feeling. Oh, we're talking about it. Oh, you're addressing the issue. Oh, honey, I usually get people dodging the real shit. I don't want to talk about it. You're talking about it. Oh, you're resolving the issue with them. Oh, good job. Oh, good job, you two. Good job. I told you. It is I grant you, it's a large scale misunderstanding, but it's still a misunderstanding. Do you know when communication causes problems? Guess what the solution is? Clear communication. Good job. You two are working through it. Like, realistically, this is great. We have real conversation here about the bullshit. Yay. Go team. All right. See, I'm a results person, honey. I'm a results person. I don't like the wishy-washy back and forth denial bullshit. I can't stand it. I tend to be very confrontational. I'd rather just get to the point. Which is ironic considering the depth of my readings. That's because I want people to understand as much as I am capable. But for the most part, you know, I tend to be very confrontational, and it's kind of like I understand this in my own way. Once you have that perception of this is how I see me in this dynamic, or this is how I see you in this dynamic, and it doesn't look good, and we're arguing, and we have misconceptions about our connection, and neither one of us is being as forward as we ought to be, or somebody is being very forward and the other person's withholding, or they don't understand what they're, etc., fucking etc. It's going to create a circumstance where it seems like a giant circus where everybody's at the big top, but nobody's having fun. You know what I'm saying? Nobody wants to go to that kind of circus, right? You don't want to be the ringleader. You want to be the participant. You want to be able to go in and go out whenever you want. And it's like, I've got two people running the circus who are not on the same page. So the monkeys are hanging out like with the elephants, and the elephants are hanging out with the alligators. It doesn't make sense, okay? That's what I'm saying. But otherwise, you know, but you two could do. You could do. And that's what I'm talking about. We're talking about it. We're talking about it. Yay. You two are talking again. So there they are. They're talking to you. And they're learning. They're learning as we communicate, literally. Our words, all this shit, we got frustrated and we got locked up by it. We shut it down. Pissed me off. They said this, I said that, or I didn't say this, or I didn't say that, and I shoulda, coulda, woulda, blah. Okay, all that is being alleviated. Look at that. It's being alleviated. Oh, time out. Let's talk about that devil shit. About bad patterns. Okay. About histories and why your heart got broke, or my heart got broke, or why you believe you're a devil. Why do we believe we're a devil when we're clearly not? Right? So whatever past history, behavior patterns somebody feels that they are caught up in or part of, we're going to talk about that and talk about how it's not true. And we're going to gain perspective on that devil shit. So I got two people talking here, both from the heart space. At first I thought it was them. I thought it was you. I thought it's the both of you. It's back and forth. And now we're having a real open, honest discussion about the fears, patternized behaviors between you two, the circumstances that led up to this point. We were in a relationship, but we were acting like we were not in a relationship. This is what happened that day. This is why I said this. This was your reaction. This was my reaction. This is what I should have said but didn't. Because I told you this isn't random over here, back here in the past. Our strong connection, we're trying to understand it, to stand in our power, to feel good about ourselves. And it started with you. And how many times have you heard me say it? Everything begins with the self. Here's yourself doing your best to heal and understand this as best you can, the pain. And when you get more and more to that space, the more and more your energy says reconciliation actually might be possible. No matter what they said or how they reacted, reconciliation actually might be possible. But here's what's brilliant about your side of the equation. When you actually make it happen in reality, you have no assumptions. Good. Don't. Ever. Assumptions get us into problems. Yeah. And you have no assumptions. You don't. But you are being forthright and you are being very honest. And that's a stiff lip. I don't blame you. I understand. But it also shows your level of sincerity. So your energy's behind it. In other words, you mean it. To balance, no assumptions. And when we start talking, guess what clears up? All that confusion about bullshit and bad patterns and histories. And it's like, I don't care what your past was, or this is what my past was. The past seems to be an issue here. I can't put my finger on it. It's so intricate, and it's from their perspective, not yours. That's what's interesting. You see reconciliation, specifically temperance with this person, very differently. You've shown me that. It's literally under your strengths. Again, good for you. So it's something that they needed cleared up. And once you two start talking about the misconception, and it's not like that, or that was your behavior pattern in the past, I don't give a fuck. That was my behavior pattern in the past, I don't give a fuck. It doesn't apply to you. And it doesn't apply to me. See what I'm saying? You see how it starts to clear up? Now we're speaking from the heart on both parties. We're exchanging perspective about that devil issue, and we're being open and honest with it. We're addressing it head on. In other words, what people are supposed to do, instead of locking it up and acting like it don't hurt me. Wrong. So if this is your opportunity to actually get closure with this person, I suggest you take it. Because let me tell you something, honey. Most people don't get closure. Let me tell you something about closure. You probably heard me say it before, and I repeat myself. We all know this. Closure is a luxury. Most people think if I could just get closure, I could move on. I cannot begin to tell you. I've heard that 1,000 fucking times or more in my career, prior to being a tarot reader and to current day. If I could just get closure with that person, I could move on. I'm going to tell you right now, it's bullshit. Everything starts with the self. You want closure? Give it to you first. And then you can talk about having closure with someone else. And even then, there's no guarantee that they will respond. This person is responding. They are. They're learning something. And you know what? You're teaching them. You're telling them. And then they're talking. The perspective on that devil thing is changing. And that's where a big chunk of that problem came in. Right there. Circumstances that led up to it. That's what it is. Keeping the relationship a secret, acting like it's not real, not really acknowledging it, not really acknowledging the feelings, plus some past history. You put those two together, boom. Somebody's perception is well, this is just the same as that, and isn't it? See what I'm saying? God, that's weird. Okay. Anyway. I got you two changing perspectives and learning things. We'll start there. What it means in the future, I don't know. I'm not saying you two will be husband and wife. What I'm saying is, realistically, we're going to start out with, okay, let's address this. You are... Somebody attributes the other person to very deep feelings and a very strong sense of intuition. In other words, you could be dealing with a fellow water sign. I'm telling you, it doesn't matter how intuitive someone is. It doesn't matter. Things still need to be addressed and talked about. What if our intuition's wrong? Especially if somebody's making decisions or has a perception based in fears. Fears of past entanglements, past issues. Then your sense of intuition kind of goes out the window. Right? So yeah, we need to clear things up. The moon. Not all is yet known or revealed. I'm happy to see this activity. You two are actually putting in real conversation to clear up the issue. Good job. Good job. Not all is revealed with the moon. Let's take a look. Circumstances plus past issues. Bingo. It was a dynamite, baby. It was a keg. It was a powder keg waiting to go off. And again, we can have these beautiful, strong connections, and what we with humans do with them, fuck it up. Or we can revel, rise above. The Cancer I'm looking at says we wish to rise above. We're going to clear this up. Even if it's just to clean up the reputation or to clean up the miscommunication, even then, that seems to be the biggest point. In order for me to really find closure within myself, I have looked at myself first. And now I'm going to address this. I don't know if they'll cooperate. I'm not going to assume anything, but I'm going to put my best foot forward. Good job. Okay. Not all is yet revealed. The moon. Show me the moon. Show me that moon, please. Show me that moon. Show me that moon. Show me that moon, please. Show me the moon. Yeah, you're at a spiritual crossroads, all right, honey. And I know it seems like from the Cancer I'm looking at, your point of view now is that it's a hopeless situation. That's not true. You have a much bigger fighter spirit than you are giving yourself credit for. And I'm telling you what, that Hierophant's not ready to call it quits. And let me tell you something. When that dude gets stubborn, good luck. Good fucking luck. He's like, I'm done with it. When I say I'm done with it. And we don't think like that, but we feel it in a way we can't define. Some of you might, like I said, have very strong Taurus and or Capricorn in your chart. All the earth is here. Everybody's here. But it's such dominant masculine energy. And then that high priestess that's also in you is like, calm down. I know this too. Okay? Calm down, daddy. Seriously. Nine of Wands is the star. Ace of Swords. We didn't know how badly we wanted this. Oh. The truth. It's going to feel so good. You don't even know, honey. You don't even know. You don't even know. You don't know. It hasn't been revealed to you yet. That resistance I saw over here with that Nine of Wands. Okay. It kind of led up to this, whatever this entanglement was. That was pretty intense. There was a fight. There was some kind of fight. Battle of wills, bare minimum. Again, everything that led up to it. Nine of Wands over here. About that. About the blockage under the moon. What somebody doesn't know, and I think it's you, is how good it's going to feel to reveal yourself. And that you had every reason to hold out for hope, even when you thought you didn't. Isn't that beautiful? I don't know if you recall at your opening, and yes, I make a mess. That was in question. I don't know if I should have hope for this anymore, Christina. It hurts, and I don't see how I can possibly fix it. It's not true. You just haven't caught up to it yet. And when you do, oh boy, it's powerful. It's sexy. So when you catch up to that truth, you have no idea how good it's going to feel. You don't even know yet. You don't know yet. When the blockages come down and the truth wills out, it's going to feel amazing to you. That you were right to trust your instincts, that this is still a hope for you, and that your instincts to reconnect were correct. Your intuition as well as your Hierophant. It's going to feel so fucking good to you. What happens in the long term, I don't know. I just see your immediate relief to it. And you did not know. And I'm telling you this, Cancer, honey, with the moon there. You did not know how relieved you're going to feel after this conversation takes place. From your point of view now, it's scary. It can't be worked through. It can't be communicated. There's no point. You're still kind of kicking yourself in the ass. You still have an angry disposition within you that says this, that, and the other. This, that, and the other. So you have no idea that once you address these things with this person, it's not just you. They're talking right back at you. You had no idea how relieved you're going to feel. You approached it from, I got to take care of this. I got to take care of this. Even if it's just for me. Even if they don't respond. No assumptions. But after it's done, and the communication's rolling, and we've cleared up the miscommunication, it's going to feel so much better, honey. When we get to our truths, real healing principles, and it's not just you spilling your guts. Everybody gets so irritated about that. God, that pisses me off. It's a two-way exchange. They're going to say things to you that will make you feel better too. Once they understand more about this devil situation and how they feel like they played part in it, or they feel bad about it, or once that gets cleared up, we feel a lot more forthright in ourself, our spiritual energy. We feel better, in short, about ourselves. Everything you meant to say. Everything you meant to say, everything you wanted to say. When we push past all the weirdness and the circusness and the fuckery of the whole thing, you're going to feel so much better. I really like this a lot. I was quite impressed with this, if I'm being honest with you. It was beautiful. And that strength of the Queen of Wands. The more you feel like you can reapproach this, the more your confidence grows. And there's something about the strength of this person's heart, and I really do believe that's them. Because I saw it from their perspective. The bridge that keeps them from reconciling with you is this misconception that whatever they have with you is bad or part of a pattern. And I'm telling you, it was the situation that led up to that perception that made them think what's coming to mind is Pink Floyd's Brick in the Wall. Like, they really thought they were just another brick in the wall when it comes to you or this dynamic. They really perceive that you have a very different perception. And boom, your King of Swords comes out, Ace of Wands, Six of Pentacles. I got this, but I don't have assumptions. And then there's the communication. We are changing. Time out. Time out. Let's talk about this. Let's talk about this. This devil thing. I got a couple words here. There's some shit I didn't say. I'm going to say it now. Let's clear this up right now. That kind of thing. It's not like that. We were never like that. Did I kind of not admit that we were in a relationship or that I had feelings for it? Yeah. Okay. But it's not like it was bad either. Something like that. Obviously, there's more depth to it. I like that. Long term? Don't know. We'll take this for now. That's more than enough. That's more than enough. Let's talk about timing. The most solid point of reference I see for the 3D world in the future context is right here with your Knights of Pentacles, slowly but surely moving into this direction of weighing in the scales. Let's balance this shit out. But again, no assumptions. But you seem to know that. It's a delicate thing. But I like the bluntness of it, the honesty of it, and the exchange of the information is rapid, but honest. Let's clear that shit up real quick. I don't know how it's going to come in. I don't know. You'll figure it out. It'll come to you in time. Could be real world. Let's take a look at that. 6 of Pentacles. Release any attachment to timing. In other words, you'll know when. You'll know when. As your confidence grows, you'll have a stronger idea of when to deploy this. Something went down in January. Why is January important? Why is January important? I don't think it's next January, honey. Could do. Some of you thought about doing this very thing last January, but for some reason the energy got further entrenched after that timeline. Or further divided after January. Kind of like, well, I meant to address it then, but it didn't happen, or things got worse after January. For some of you, November, that's extreme. November is important for some reason, but it has nothing to do with the timeline. Well, if you are dealing with Scorpio, that makes sense. That might be confirmation for some of you. Something last November might have been important. August. Huh. I'm trying to focus in on the 6 of Pentacles, though. Within a couple of weeks. See, that's what I'm saying. That's what I'm saying. This constructively makes more sense over the next couple of weeks, possibly months. For some reason, there seems to be some energy division distinctly around August, November, let's just call it fall last year. And in January, I feel like we meant to do something in January and we didn't. I can't quite get a grip on that. Stay positive about it. Yes, I see you doing exactly that. Within a couple of weeks, let's call it May. Let's just call it Taurus season. We just entered Taurus season. Possibly. That unassuming I'm going to resolve this. They may not respond. I accept that. They do. But there's some energy shifting that was rather critical last year and at the beginning of the year. I don't quite know how to put my finger on it. Create space that... Well, God, that felt so personal. God, that was so blunt. That scared me. I was like, what? What did I do? It's like, I read it. It almost felt like it was personal. That creeped me out just a little bit. It creeped. I'll get to that. Hold on. So this is what I'm talking about right here. Creating space for it to happen sooner. rather than later. That's what I'm saying. With realistically getting the communication going again, we've learned some shit. We're going to express ourselves. We're going to address this. Take it head on. Hell yes. Be direct. That seems to be happening sooner rather than later. I feel like your energy's been working up towards it with the Knight of Pentacles. Intended, steady, not sloppy, that we would associate with the Knight of Swords, who is also well-intended, but he can rush things without really being thoughtful. Whereas the Knight of Pentacles tends to be a lot more thoughtful. A lot more. Creating space for it to happen sooner rather than later. For some reason, the addressing this is coming up. And then I see critical time frames that seem to have happened over the course of the past several months, beginning last fall, where the energy was shifting or changing, deepening this dynamic, making it worse. And then something after January really drove that home. Fine. Stay positive about it. Now, stay positive about it. Yes, I see that. It's coming for you. And that one hit me in the weirdest fucking way. It's like, Jesus. It's coming for you. That hit me so hard. It's coming for you. I don't know why they hit me so funny, but it's like, it's coming for you. It's not supposed to feel threatening, but it's very directive. It's like that King of Swords. Oh, it's coming. I'm coming. I'm coming. I'm clear that shit up. It's coming for you. Oh. I don't know why they hit me so funny. Oh my God, we're over an hour, honey. I didn't even notice. What else is new? I'm so glad my Cancer crew is used to me. You guys, you're so wonderful with me, honestly. Oh my goodness. The Grim Reaper. More Scorpio energy. Transformation is possible, or you can leave this dead. But I'm saying that heavily is Scorpio. Heavily. Healing the heart. That's what I'm saying. So I'm not saying it as an ending. I know that they probably see it that way. That's their perception. That doesn't mean they're correct. Especially if we're making decisions based in fear and patterns. And I don't know what the hell is going on. This is what I have to work with. As we've discussed, healing heart. Yes, we are healing our heart. Yes. It starts with you first. Heart with a key. Yeah, opening your heart, getting together. It's a good fit. The intentions are a good fit. The runner, somebody's always running. Okay, somebody's always running. Somebody is codependent on feeling good about themselves to keep them going, but not enough to turn around and embrace what they actually have. That's what the runner is. So the runner runs because always looking for validation, always hoping somebody will chase and catch up to him, but he keeps running because he doesn't want to be caught. Now here's the thing, he wants love, but also afraid of it at the same time. So it feels good to be chased, but ultimately somebody doesn't feel like they're in a position to turn around and accept what they so desire, so they continue to run from it. It's a fear of intimacy. You know, it's a fear of intimacy. That's why people run. They still want love, but taking responsibility of the intimacy and saying, I choose it, requires us to stop running, turning around and embracing it. And I can see that a little bit, that Five of Swords that's on the exit, which is a good thing. Denial that this is a relationship. I'm not frustrated over the feelings. I don't want to reconnect, and I'm adamant about that. That's all running. Those are all running dynamics. You know, and I see somebody stopping and learning about themselves. Photographs, someone looks at the other person a lot. You know, looking at the photos, looking at the old photos, missing them, you know, looking at the memories. No. That's interesting. What's this? I see. It's the other person. It's the other person. I believe they concluded their perception is on this subject is so strong, even if I don't fully understand it. They felt they had to break from it because they said it felt karmically incorrect. I believe that they were incorrect, and that's one of the things we're going to talk about, or you two are going to talk about. It's a girl with a snake, someone who feels that they are being used, being charmed, okay? That they were dealing with somebody who had no empathy or didn't really care about them. That they were just enabling someone else, you know, to maintain unhealthy patterns. Somebody feels that they were genuinely feel that they were caught up in that. I think it's the perception based on the situation and possibly someone's past histories. This is outside that. And this is what we need to talk about. This way, somebody really feels like they were being used. And if somebody's always running from their feelings or the shape of this particular relationship, yeah, somebody's going to have that mistaken concept that this is a bunch of karmic bullshit. It's my lesson. That's on me. I was used. I was an enabler. I chased this person. You know, they're narcissists. I enabled them. I had no boundaries. Yeah, that it's going to feel like that. And I think it's the situation that led up to it, not that it actually is. Again, I've seen that multiple times. So if you insist it's a using, unhealthy, toxic relationship, then it is, and I'm not talking about you. I'm talking about how perception wreaks havoc when we're not honest with ourselves. Okay, that's what I'm talking about. Like I said, people are in that situation, or it forces their hand to see what's there and acknowledge what's there, what was actually said and done versus what was not said and done, and we have to make our decisions. That's what I'm saying. Somebody feels like they were used. Keys on a ring. They were being strung out, that they were just one option out of many. That's I believe that person's perception. Like, I'm part of something bad and I know it. I fucking know it, right? This dynamic makes me feel like I'm part of something bad, and it breaks my heart. I just feel like I'm a pattern, or you and I are in a pattern. And yeah, you two were in a pattern, but it wasn't like that. It was based on not being honest with ourselves and our relationship or our feelings, and it created a toxic pattern. Not that the relationship itself was toxic, but that what was born out of it was. You see what I'm saying? So this is perception, wonder-chaser dynamic, not being honest with ourselves. But your energy towards it's beautiful, and it's the exact opposite of toxic. It is the exact opposite of I did not mean to cause harm. I never intended harm. You know, it's let's clear the air. Let's talk about it. And then you see how authentic it becomes. That's how it was always meant to be. And this is how we treated it that led up to that point. So you both had parts to play in this. Okay? And I think we're getting to that point where we can legitimately heal this. I do. All right. Like I said, at your opening, honey, I think you're at a spiritual crossroads. If you really think this thing has no hope, or it's well and truly bad for you, then it is. The Cancer I'm looking at today says that's not the case, and it never was. I'm sorry it led up to that point. It never should have gotten to that point, because it was never like that. But that's how it played out. And I'm going to give it a shot to fix it, but without any assumptions or expectations. And I think it's that same sort of mentality and approach that actually allows this thing to reopen the correct way, I believe. Okay, no charms today. I will see you in a couple of weeks. This is a lot of excellent progress. I know it looks like a mess to you, and a confusing one, and a painful one, and I'm sure it's all those things. But I'm looking at a Cancer who wants to do right. You want to do right, and you want to have right done to you as well. For you, by you, and you want to do right by them as well. This, whatever this is, was much more than just a confusing, dirty situation. I know it looks like that to some extent. That was the result of not being honest with ourselves and feelings. I'm very pleased for you. In that respect, we're doing something about it, and you're both teaching each other perspective, honest perception about the situation. And you're going to feel so much better for it. You just don't know that. From your point of view, this is scary and you don't know if you can deal with it. The output is you have no idea how much better it's going to make you feel once it's addressed. In other words, say all the things we didn't say back here, or whatever it was. I don't know. What happens after that? I don't know, but that's enough. That's good enough. That's good enough for now. Okay. Like I said, you put it in the comments and I'll see you in a couple of weeks, honey. Take care. Be well.